I want you to think about the last time you walked into a room and had absolutely no idea why you walked in there. Or you were mid-sentence and the word you needed just disappeared. Or you read the same paragraph 3 times and none of it went in. Now, I want you to think about how that felt. Because I know for a lot of us, it wasn't just frustrating, it was scary. Because in the back of your mind, a thought crept in that you didn't want to say out loud. What if something is seriously wrong with me? I hear you. I've had that thought myself. And today we are going to talk about what is actually going on.
Higher, 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 Howard, peace, wellness.
Hello, I am Denise. I am a women's health nurse and menopause coach, and this is I Am Women's Wellness Coaching. If you're new here, welcome. You have found the right place. First thing I need to say, what you are experiencing is real. Perimenopause brain fog is not you being lazy or distracted or getting old. It is a documented biological symptom of hormonal transition, and it affects a significant number of women going through perimenopause. I went through this myself actually, and what I remember most is the shame of it. I am a nurse. I am used to being sharp, on top of things, and processing information quickly. And suddenly, I was fumbling for words in conversations that I should have been able to handle easily, forgetting things I had no business forgetting, feeling like there was a layer of gauze between me and my own thoughts, and the fear underneath all of it. Because when your mind starts to feel unreliable, your brain goes to the worst place: dementia, early onset Alzheimer's, something neurological and something permanent. I want to spend some time on that fear today because you deserve more than just, it's probably just menopause. You deserve to actually understand what is happening and why. So let's talk about the science in plain language, the way I'd explain it to a friend. Your brain runs on estrogen. That might surprise you because we think of estrogen as a reproductive hormone, but estrogen receptors are found throughout your brain. Estrogen supports the production of acetylcholine, which is critical for memory and learning. It supports serotonin and dopamine, your mood and motivation chemicals, and it plays a role in how efficiently your brain processes and retrieves information. When estrogen starts fluctuating during perimenopause, going up, crashing down, spiking unexpectedly, your brain is constantly trying to adapt to a shifting chemical environment. And that instability shows up as cognitive symptoms: difficulty concentrating, trouble finding words, short-term memory lapses, mental fatigue, even when you haven't done anything particularly taxing. There's also the sleep piece, and this is huge. Many women in perimenopause are not sleeping well. Whether it's night sweats waking them up or the 3 a.m. wake up that has become annoyingly reliable, or just lighter, less restorative sleep. And chronic sleep deprivation alone will produce every single cognitive symptom we just described. So for a lot of women, it's a double hit. The hormonal changes affecting the brain directly and the sleep disruption making everything worse. And then there's the anxiety layer on top of that. When your brain is already running on less estrogen and sleep, your stress response is more sensitive. Small things feel harder to manage, and a brain that is anxious and overwhelmed does not process or retain information well. So, what you're experiencing isn't one thing, it's several things compounding on each other. And now that you understand that, does it make a little more sense? Now, let's address the fear directly, because I know some of you came to this video specifically because that word has been in your head and you need somebody to talk to you honestly about it. Here's what I can tell you clinically. Perimenopause, brain fog, and early dementia are different things, and there are some meaningful distinctions. Perimenopause brain fog tends to be inconsistent. You have good days and bad days. You forget a word mid sentence, but you remember it 10 minutes later. You walk into the wrong room, but you remember what you were going for once you go back. The information is still there. It's the retrieval that's glitchy. In early dementia, it tends to show up differently, forgetting recent events entirely, not just the details of it, getting confused in familiar places, significant personality changes that aren't tied to hormonal fluctuation, difficulty with tasks that were previously automatic. Now, I am not here to diagnose you, and I am not saying don't take your symptoms seriously. If you are genuinely concerned, and especially if your symptoms are severe or getting worse rather than fluctuating, please talk to your doctor. Get evaluated. Advocate for yourself. But what I am saying is this. If you are a woman in your late 30s or your 40s and your cognitive symptoms came on around the same time as other changes in your body, your sleep, your mood, your cycle, perimenopause belongs in that conversation before you spiral into worst case scenarios at 2 a.m. And if your doctor dismisses your cognitive symptoms without taking them seriously, find another doctor. Your brain health matters. Okay, let's talk about what you can actually do about this, because there are real things that help. Sleep has to come first. I know that feels circular when perimenopause is disrupting your sleep, but addressing sleep quality is one of the most impactful things you can do for cognitive function. We are going to do a whole video on perimenopause and sleep, but start paying attention to your sleep environment and your sleep schedule, and talk to your doctor if night sweats are the main culprit. Next, move your body. Exercise increases blood flow to the brain and supports the production of BDNF, brain-derived neuropathic factor, which is essentially fertilizer for your brain cells. Even walking consistently makes a difference. 3, do like I'm doing now and write things down without shame. I absolutely have to do this. This is not a sign that your mind is failing. It's a strategy. Notes, lists, reminders. Use every tool available to you and stop making yourself wrong for needing them. Next, talk to your doctor about your hormones. For some women, hormone therapy has a meaningful, positive impact on cognitive symptoms. This is a conversation worth having with a provider who takes perimenopause seriously. And finally, be patient with yourself. This season is hard. Your brain is working harder than it looks like from the outside. Give yourself grace. If this video gave you some relief, if naming what's happening made it feel even a little less terrifying, please share it, because I promise you there is a woman in your life who has been quietly scared about the same thing and hasn't said it out loud to anyone. Subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next, and drop a comment below. Have you experienced brain fog during perimenopause? What has it felt like for you? I want to know. Your body is trying to tell you something. This channel is just here to help you translate. I will see you in the next one.
Yeah.